I was abandoned in the forest, but survived against all odds. The dense trees of the Congo Basin surrounded me like prison walls, their towering branches blocking out most of the sunlight. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth, and the distant cries of unseen animals sent shivers down my spine. My name is Sarah, and I was only 11 years old when my father left me here to die. I still remember the moment he pulled me off his bicycle. His rough hands gripped my arm tightly as he led me deep into the forest. My heart pounded. "Papa, where are we going?" I asked, but he didn't answer. Then suddenly he stopped. Without looking at me, he muttered, "This is where you stay now." Panic set in. I grabbed his arm, begged him not to leave me, but he shoved me away. Within seconds, he was gone, the sound of his bicycle wheels fading into the distance. I ran after him until my legs burned, but it was useless. He had disappeared. I was truly alone. For the first few hours, I stood frozen in place, convinced he would come back. But as night fell and the jungle came alive with eerie noises, reality sank in. My father had abandoned me. I was hungry, thirsty, and terrified. My stomach ached from emptiness, and my lips cracked from thirst. I knew I needed water. My grandmother once told me, "Birds always know where water is." So I followed the sound of their chirping until I found a muddy stream. I drank desperately, ignoring the bitter taste. But water wasn't enough. I needed food. The first few days were miserable. I chewed on leaves that made my stomach cramp and swallowed bitter berries that made me dizzy. But I learned. I watched the monkeys in the trees, noticing which fruits they picked. If they ate it, so did I. The nights were the hardest. The cold bit into my skin, and I had no fire to keep me warm. I tried to sleep on the forest floor, but every crack of a twig made me jump. I had to find shelter. Using fallen branches and leaves, I built a small hut against the roots of a giant tree. It wasn't much, but it kept the rain off my skin. Days turned into weeks. I became faster, smarter. I set traps for small animals, using sharp stones to clean the meat. I learned which plants healed my wounds and which ones made me sick. I was no longer just a lost child. I was a survivor. Then one morning, as I crouched by the stream drinking water, I heard voices. Human voices. My heart pounded. Was this my chance to escape? Creeping forward, I spotted a group of hunters from a nearby village. They were speaking Lingala, a language I understood. My eyes filled with tears. For the first time in weeks, I saw people who could save me. I stepped out from the bushes. The hunters gasped at the sight of me. Thin, covered in dirt, but alive. "Who are you?" one of them asked, his face full of shock. "My name is Sarah," I said, my voice trembling but firm. "I was left here to die, but I refused." The men exchanged looks before one of them placed a gentle hand on my shoulder. "Come, child. You are not meant to live like this." As I walked away from the forest that had nearly taken my life, I turned back one last time. I was no longer the helpless girl my father abandoned. I was strong, I was a survivor, and no one would ever break me again. Thanks for watching. You may subscribe and like as we bring to you another version. Same time tomorrow.